guys, we got this great clip from one of our long content videos. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Enjoy. So now let's get into what are the advantages and disadvantages of short-term rentals. First of all, I'm going to reiterate this here. If you're going to invest in short-term rentals, please guys, don't go out there and think that because somebody is projecting that short-term rentals are going to throw off X that you can then pay Y. You need to be buying real estate based off of traditional long-term rental prices. You can do this. Sellers will be used to this. This is the way they value properties. It's very rare that an appraiser is going to look at short-term rental income and call that money that is safe to appraise something. So I see people, particularly here in Puerto Rico, where they buy these apartments over on the beach and they think, oh, well, we're going to be able to short-term rental it. So we can pay $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 for this 1,000 square foot apartment and we can put it on Airbnb. I think that's a recipe for disaster. Multiple things can happen and we'll get into them about how that can become a disaster, but it's a much, much safer way to invest is to buy something that's value add, so you get it at a low price, base your projected revenues off of normal long-term rents, and then if you decide to go short-term, you've got some upside built in. So this is just investing 101. Don't buy based off of short-term rental revenues, buy based off of long-term rental revenues. They're much more stable and much more secure. But there are some benefits to owning short-term rental properties. The big one is you're going to get the property rented nightly. So you're going to make money often quicker. You're going to be having lots of checks come in from the one property month by month by month. And you're going to make, if you're doing it right, probably a far greater monthly revenue. I would think at least 2 or 3x. So if something is going to rent for $1,000 a month in Orlando, Florida, and we're going to do it as a short-term rental, we would expect to bring in $2,000 or $3,000 a month renting it as an Airbnb or as a nightly rental, short-term rents. So that's a beautiful pro, right? That's amazing. And you still get to take advantage of, by owning something a long time, all of the upside, all of the tenants are paying down your mortgages and those things. So those are the same kind of pros. You're owning something for a long time is always just a recipe for success, right? So real estate appreciates over time. This is how people build wealth. This is where people store wealth. You want to be in the real estate investment game. You're watching our videos. You've subscribed to our channel. You're part of our community. So if that's all true, we know that you are doing the right thing and that you want to be a real estate investor. Here's another pro, guys. The maintenance problems that you have on any property are much easier to address when your tenants are moving in and out quickly. They're going to tell you that the problems are there. You get to go in and fix them in real time. So you don't run into the problem that we saw in Bayamón, where you don't see something for a long period of time and you don't know that there's some deferred maintenance. You're there all of the time. You're there maybe even every other day or something like that. You have to go in and clean it. Your tenants, when they rent things short term, believe me, they're going to let you know when there's problems. So they give you ample opportunity to go in and fix problems. This to me is a great pro to renting things nightly. And that's why I like to do it. Part of the reason that we like to do it, our nightly rental properties, they look phenomenal. In fact, when you come and stay with us in one of our Airbnbs or one of our hotels, we try to make that place look like no one's ever stayed in there before. That's a stated goal of our company when we're selling something for a nightly rental. We want to have you come into it and go, wow, this place is brand new. This place is amazing. And so you get to take care of things to a much greater degree. Something that I really, really like about short-term rental properties. So like everything, it's not easy, guys. There are problems that come with the short-term rental model. And so I'll run through a list of them and you can then make a decision by the end of this video. Do you want to be a long-term rental investor or do you want to be a short-term rental investor? Or maybe you want to do a combination, and we're going to talk about that again at the end. I was going to tell you about the can't miss combination, and we're still going to get to that. So here are the drawbacks to short-term rentals. There is a lack of consistent revenues. So there are times during the year when you're a short-term renter, when you're a short-term like an Airbnb or a nightly renter person in Orlando or in Puerto Rico, Some times of the year you have a massive demand, and other times of the year you have no demand or low demand. So that's a problem, right? That's steady income. The other problem is that it's way, way less passive. I have to tell you this because if you're investing for passive, and passive is all in degrees, right? Like, so how much work do you have to put in for your money to make money for you? In the short-term rental business, this is generally not considered a passive business. This is a lot of work. There's lots of turnover. You're managing staff at this point. If you're hiring a property manager, you're still hearing about stuff that goes on the day-to-day. If you're managing it yourself, you've got to have cleaners there. You've got to have people on staff that are going to fix problems as they come. You're going to deal with tenants. Hey guys, thanks for watching that. Subscribe to our channel, watch this next, and then also check out the pinned content for more great content, guys. God bless.